Welcome back. I don't remember the last thing that I recorded because it's been about a week, and the last thing that I did was temper this guy right here. And I know it worked, and I like that oven a lot. I may have scraped off some of the oxidation on the knife side, but there we go. But some of this area that I sanded down here, you can see that it's nice and straw yellow. It was perfectly steel silver, which means that the temper was very nice. This blue area here, that was from the heat treat, and that's just, the colors don't change back. The colors don't change back at all. And miracle of miracles, not only did the knife edge not warp, it also, I've never heat treated and tempered something that had an edge. It's already sharp, like, not even fucking kidding here. Like, I think we've already hit functional knife stage, but it's clearly not sharp enough for my taste. It's just neat. $9. I'm gonna fix this. Anyway, besides the point. And now, for the true nightmare, and the next step. Yep, it's about that time. I've decided a couple things, and that is, I'm not going to change the thickness of this. I'm just going to make it so that it's nice and rectangular, and that this side is flat, because this side's flat, this side's flat, and this side's flat. And it only needs a couple of really fine shavings off of it for this. Can you not be blinding? There we go. For this particular blade to cut a groove in here. So I have some wiggle room. This isn't quite thick enough, which should mean that this is a good idea, not a terrible one. Anyway, I haven't gotten a lot of practice with it. Alright, so with some practice out of the way, I think I'm good. I think it's set up, and I'm ready to whisk. I'm ready to whisk the entire workpiece. I'm ready to risk the entire workpiece. Good job, Adrian. Oh. Of course. All right. See, so one, it's a smidge fickle, and I am no expert, but I do know that slight jostlings will loosen this little blade. The reason I cut myself is because there's another blade on this side, and there are places you don't put your hands for support. You know what I'm saying? I know what I'm saying. There we go. Motherfucker. an argument for a stronger workbench. Fuck. I know the marks aren't the easiest to see in the world, but this is the depth marker for the middle of this block of wood, and this little area here is the thickness of this file. That should go right there. So I actually completely fucked off, and this is going to be remeasured on this side, but once I hit this depth, I'll remeasure the center and then cut this with a hacksaw and possibly just file it down with a file of similar thickness. You know, for fit finish and not making it look like a giant pile of shit. I'm gonna call that. It's right fucking there. And it is cattywampus as fuck. I gotta work on some consistency in all things, but the final shape will be okay, because that's gonna get sanded down in a radius, which that shouldn't be a big deal. One of my favorite parts of any woodworking project, regardless of whether or not I'm good at it, is good old-fashioned hand planing. It's fun. It's requires skill, requires sharpening things, and very recently, and we'll probably put the video up of how I really shittily got this into working order. It's not meant to be pretty, it's meant to work. And it's got a lot of history that's still in it. And out of respect of its origins, this plane is named Eli. So, all that stuff. And all I'm doing is taking this to flat and then trying to make sure that I make it parallel to the other side, which I should mark instead of just wing. So, at its lowest unblemished point, or like most surface area, you're never going to see this little chunk out. But I think that is a decent depth to aim for, so let's do that. And just like that, I have an out of square piece of wood. Now, because I'm not great at this and I didn't do any plane setup, sometimes I just flip it around, give it a couple swipes, and hope that the problem corrects itself. A great practice and terrible practice at the same time, but it yields okay results. If it'll ever focus, there we go. It's not perfect, I would definitely never advertise this as perfect, but it's decent. One habit I have that is something that I fight constantly is doing it the wrong way faster. Not this time. I'm going to try to take this one carefully and at the right speed. I'm rather enjoying full length fucking curls coming off of that. It was really fucking cool. Doing it the right way eventually. Ooh, it's close. It's real dang on close. It's not. A little too tight. It's too tight. It'll split all the way down the long grain of the wood, ruining my life and making every decision I've ever made completely null and void. That's how that works, right? You fuck up once and it's all over, you can never fix it. Yeah, that's correct. It's not like you can start over or grow up or learn or mature or anything. That'd be terrible. Oh. Not yet. Selena, what are you doing? Huh? Yes, I notice you. I think that's that. Am I right? Am I not lined up in the shot at all? Is that good for you? It's great for me. Okay, so it can only go in this way at this current moment in time. I don't know exactly how clean it is, but I know that that's about clean enough for moving on to the next step. Yay! It was only like a half hour of my life. You can see a little bit of a polished edge on there, and a little bit of a polished edge right there. There we go. I actually brought this to an edge, so I'm violently scraping and cutting out this here groove, and it is working surprisingly well. You don't have a chisel, make a chisel out of something that is the thickness that you want to be a chisel. I did get through most of this with a hacksaw and felt that was a better, once it was close, that was a better thing to use. But we are really close to depth on the front. It is a really tight fit in the middle, so I don't want to go banging it in yet. I'm saying. Alright, first test fit. This might be the last test fit if I can't get it out. I'll be a goddamn. I mean, it kind of looks like asshole at the front, but it absolutely, that worked. It's definitely not perfect because now this isn't tight. Oh, and I have to get it out same way I got it in. So if this never sees the light of day, this is completely fucked up. Nope, worked. After a few more minutes of unrecorded sanding, we are actually at a good fit, and this is going in reasonably tight. So we got that in there. I can slide that all the way till this front part is flush. Or flush enough, if you will. And there's just that little bit of extra poking out the back. I'm ready to move on. Next step, to make all the pieces, I'm going to make a plug for this little hole here. And one hurricane later. Yeah. Okay, I don't know what grit to start at, so I'm going to start at 220. See how bad the scratches get. Or gouges that files made or other sandpaper. Selena's in timeout. She decided to chomp on my mom's hand when she wasn't paying attention to her. My mom is fine, Selena's fine, she's just being a turd. Instead, I've already decided to go to 120. That's starting to look pretty sexy. I ain't gonna lie. No. I didn't even say bye like I was going to. Oh shit, I just did. That's not bad. It's not sharp yet. Not really sharp. But even doing that. Like, not even comparable to, like, it's better than a fucking kitchen knife. It's still not sharp enough. That's important. Alright. This almost might be better to do after the knife is done. Oh, no. We got a burr. We got a burr, and that's all that I need. So. Yeah, I'll probably resand the finish down so it's not as uneven, but it's gonna be sharp. I'm a little giddy. This is a 12,000 stone. I don't know if I'm going to this step too early or not. I'm just really excited. Okay. And just in general, if you're making anything and somebody tells you, hey, that's not the right way, you can't do it that way, and it's not dangerous or genuinely not working, if it works for you, fucking do it. If it's unsafe and it works, maybe consider figuring out a safer way. I mean, you're going to work in your own comfort levels no matter what. Doesn't really matter what anybody says to, for, of, and about that. What's important is that you don't get hurt doing something that you wanted to do in the first place. I mean, it can be refined. It's safe to say I'm gonna have a weird fucking left arm. These are dog claw marks. A 50-pound puppy decided that I was his toy. I love him to death, but yeah, he straight fucked me. He straight fucked me up. Oh, it worked. The base could be sharper, but I'm gonna call that. Hey, Mama.
Could you put the garbage out?
Can, but I can't right now.
And the
Okay. Yep.
and the meeting.
Yep. Just so you're not surprised later, I am recording right now. I really don't give a shit. You're fine. Just letting you know that I'm keeping all of this in.
Okay. That sounds good.
You want to see what I'm doing?
Exciting. As long as I'm not recording.
As long as you're not what?
Recorded.
I mean, your voice is.
Oh, you're doing a Is this a
I'm waiting to see if you recognize it based on what you told me.
Oh, it's a handle
Yes, this is a handle.
that fits my hand.
That fits your hand, yes. See if you get the rest of it.
Oh, that has my chisel knife.
There you go.
Oh, cool. Way cool. And it has an ebony insert.
Does.
Oh, dude. Just don't stick your hands to that.
I should have put on gloves. Surprising, absolutely no one.
The gloves are over there.
Yep. That is okay for the moment. Okay, scooch back.
Okay.
Thank you.
And you need paper towels?
I will need. I have paper towels. I should be set on that.
Okay.
I'm gonna put on gloves. Gloves too late. But fuck. It's been about 4 hours. The epoxy that's been on the sheet is a little green still, but it's not sticky. And well, curiosity gets the best of me, so I'm taking it off. Fucking stupid shit ass. Remember to step towards yourself in a sharp jerking motion for maximum safety. Yeah. Cleanup should go pretty easy. I'm gonna start eating words because apparently that is that's all I'm gonna be eating for a while. Just pretend that I chopped through all of that, even out these two sides. That can get cut off now. This, well, you don't cut that off, that's knife. And shave this down, see how bad it looks. After it's a little bit closer, there'll probably be a third or a half of that gone by the time I'm done. But it looks like that worked out as good as can be expected for how you saw me do it. Stupid son of a bitch.